Secondly, this kind of development, do you think that China is planning for a bigger picture here and not just looking at some aerial activities with Taiwan?
See, what China is trying to do is this is Chinese author Sun Tzu, who's written this book, The Art of War. So, where he has mentioned to win wars without fighting, to break the enemy's resistance without fighting. So that's exactly what China is trying to do. They are masterminds at running propaganda. And they are well within the right to increase their military prowess, of course. And let them be, it is their money, let them invest. They have a lot of money, so they can invest in whatever they want. But let me tell you, more than anything else, like, can you beat it? We were analyzing yesterday that they had dummy aircrafts. They had dummies placed so that from satellite imagery, when you see, people perceive China to be very powerful. Now, when we talk about the naval province,
Right.
They are strengthening their navy. Of course, the airports were on the back foot earlier because their aircrafts cannot do a complete sortie because of the high altitude over there. They take off with half payload of fuel. So now they are trying to dominate the South China Sea as well, which I don't think they would be able to, because we have formed a Quad. So Australia, Japan, America and India, where we would be training our fighter pilots in the Anderson Air Force Base in America. So the domination of the South China Sea would be, actually, it would not be from China's end. Let me tell this to you as well. But China is trying to flex its muscles, and they are leaving no stone unturned in getting all the means, all the ways that are possible. But look at the support that they have. Only Turkey and Pakistan. The entire world is against them. So yes, China is definitely trying to invest a lot in the infrastructure, be it the air bases, be it the ports, be it the railways, be it anywhere. But I don't think China will go too far, because unethical practices ultimately are brought to the book somehow.
Right, obviously. And what we also saw just a couple of days ago, when China launched one of the biggest intrusions into the Taiwanese airspace, also went ahead and gave a message, basically, that how the way China looks at Taiwan is completely different. How the G7 at the same time was looking at sitting in Cornwall in the United Kingdom. So obviously the timing, you're right, when it comes to propaganda, China leaves no stone unturned, as you mentioned. What will it take for the global bodies to call these Chinese bluff out, first of all, and secondly, tell China where it belongs?
See, actually, Chinese bluff, I think, has already been called out long time back, and the world knows what China has been up to. They are only trying to become, now, be it Taiwan, be it, if we involve Taiwan, if we involve Tibet, or let us involve the Indo-China border, which is of 3,866 kilometers stretch. Now, the world knows what China has been up to. Now, we have already called out China's bluff n number of times. It doesn't take more. And now it's just been a year since the attack, or when they attacked our post at Galwan. And we had given them a befitting reply. We had more than double or triple of their casualties. So China basically is trying to become a superpower. They are trying to outbeat the US in a few years. And they have done invisible invasion, actually, if you come to see, which we don't even realize. So China will try, they have tried a biological warfare right now, which I am 100% sure. I have no doubt about it. In fact, many people are with me that they have no doubts what they have launched, the biological warfare. How come in Wuhan, there are functions happening without any mask? How come no social distancing is being maintained? They always had an antidote for it. Now, on 19th of June, exactly a year has been up again, they had attacked the Australian servers, cyber warfare. They had made friends with Russia, and they taught them how to do psychological warfare. The Russian news agencies on 23rd March 2020 reported in a continent which is on the pandemic of two pandemic continents in Russia, a country. They had only 380 cases of COVID-19. Unbelievable. Whereas on 1st April, exact coincidence on April Fool's Day, their mayor, Russian mayor, Mr. Sergei, had informed the nation that the election reporting was wrong. And so China will try all means possible, but they will not succeed. It is like, I'll give you an analogy over here. It is like two companies who are running for a race. a cross-country race. Now, one company mixes a medicine in the water tanker so that the other company has an upset stomach and they can win the race. They will probably win it, but they will not go too far. Because you can fool some people sometimes. You can fool all the people sometimes. But you definitely cannot fool all the people all the time. So China's bluff has been called out long time back. And China, I think, is going to be on the receiving end very soon.
Right. Obviously, and Major Shah, one final question before I let you go. Obviously, the kind of messaging that has come from obviously the G7, which was recently convened, says that both NATO and the other significant countries, the biggest democracies and the richest democracies, need to change their stand and tactic on how to handle China. Do you think it involves also a direct engagement and not just posturing as of now, what we saw a few months ago in South China Sea?
Direct engagement is definitely, I feel, is the best way to deal with them at this moment. Because China will only struggle. I'll not say try, I'll say it'll struggle to muster support, but they will have no support ultimately. Truth always prevails, and it's always the right, who on the right side will always win. And China has been a villainous country in this regard. Look what has happened around the world. The coronavirus took the world by storm. And definitely, I mean, I don't see China going too far with it. But yes, they are trying their best to become a superpower. And it is us to unite right now and boycott every single Chinese product, because what we may not realize right now is when we make investments in the stock market, for example, the Russian stock exchange, the money from the Russian stock exchange goes to China, Chinese government, and that money ultimately is invested in the Chinese military. So what we would be funding the Chinese military, our enemy, by investing in the Russian stock exchange, for that matter, indirectly. So yes, we have got to be very careful, and we got to unite and fight this thing what China is doing right now.